this week's Heads Up, where, as you can see, I'm in my office and I'm joined for a special edition by our new head girl and our two deputy head girls. Anna, welcome. Mariam and Alina, thank you for joining me. Hope you don't feel too nervous being in here this morning, because I know the last time we were in here was for the interviews, where it was probably quite an intimidating atmosphere. But let's talk a little bit about sort of the last week or so and the selection process. I mean, perhaps, Anna, could you take me back to the start of it and applying for a role on the student leadership team? How did you first put forward your interest?
So we went to a meeting in the lecture theatre where we really got to understand what the SLT do around school. And then we basically wrote a letter of interest where we basically spoke about why we think we'd be great for the role. It then got shortlisted past that point. And then over the Easter break, we were all filming 60-second videos over why we think we'd be great on the SLT and what we'd like to do throughout the year. And then we went to a team building evening, which was a lot of fun, actually. We were making things out of spaghetti and marshmallows. It was a great experience, not typical. And then we got shortlisted for head girl interviews, which were just over a week ago, about a week and a half ago, where we came in here. We had about a 10-minute chat to you, Edie, the old head girl, and the head of sixth form, Mrs. Ellis. And then it was just a waiting game until about a few days ago where we found out.
So overall, a pretty intense process, isn't it, that you've gone through from the start? And those videos, actually, that you all made, they were shared with the staff, and we all got the chance to watch them. I mean, talk to us a bit about that, making that video, Alina. Was it sort of quite a lot of in the planning?
Yeah, I think coming up with the idea and trying to be individual and showing your personality was quite hard to think of, but then also to do it and make the video. But I think in the end, it was really fun. I'm actually really happy with my video in the end. And loads of teachers, even after seeing it, came up and said to me, oh, I've seen your video for SLT. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Your reputation precedes you now. Excellent. And Mariam, you joined us at the start of year 12 in the sixth form. Did you know fairly early doors that you wanted to go for a role on our student leadership team?
Definitely something that I considered, something that sold me to the school. And I think what I liked about the school is that I never was made to feel like it was something that I couldn't do. And so I really was given the confidence that it's something I can apply for. And I like the fact that I felt like I had an equal chance. So yeah.
And you've been really heavily involved, I think, in lots of different sort of leadership roles, really all year.
So I did the community iftar earlier this year, which I absolutely loved doing, connecting with students, connecting with younger years and their families. And then I also did the debate club as well. So getting involved, just something that really drew me to the school as well.
I mean, that iftar event was just such an incredible evening. It was a real sort of, you absolutely understood what our community is all about. So congratulations for that. It was fantastic. And thinking about the year ahead then, and you've probably started to get your heads together and with the rest of the student leadership group as well as to what your priorities are going to be. But what are you thinking, Anna, in terms of priorities for the year?
Well, we're following after an incredible SLT, so there aren't any major need to be done. But I think particularly for me, I'd really like to build on the visibility of the SLT. I think we have a lot of power by being able to get involved with the student body and the community, but also particularly for students that maybe don't usually contribute. It'd be really nice to just sort of be a friendly face around school and really build that community atmosphere.
I mean, our younger students just look up to you guys so much as role models and, but they want to be you when they get to the top of the school. So that visibility is so important.
Yeah. I think especially when we were younger, especially because me and Anna have been here since year 7, it was always the SLT is such this big thing. I always want to be a part of the SLT because they just seem like it's just such a nice way to spend your last year in the school, doing something for the school and something that you can be remembered by.
And of course, we've got Wycombe High TV News that sort of airs every week, and we have lots of open evenings and a whole programme of events through the year. I suppose outwardly as well, that messaging is important.
100%. I think the events at the school are a great opportunity to let people know about the SLT and get people more involved in the community.
And a big year for you guys in terms of A-levels and lots of hard work ahead. And Anna and I were chatting a little bit about history, actually, weren't we, earlier this morning? Do you feel like you're going to be able to manage your workload over this coming year with taking on these new roles?
I think all of us have thought thoroughly about taking on these roles because they are such important parts of the school. So I think for me, I know that a lot of the commitments I have this year, I won't have next year. So SLT can take up a lot more of my time because I'll have more time, more
Yeah.
free time to do it.
About sort of really balancing it all out. And how about you, Marion?
Yeah, 100%. It's all about balance, I think. Just knowing yourself and knowing when to relax, take time off, and then when to put your best foot forward.
I guess sometimes working with the staff as well and drawing on them for support.
Yeah, and also I think especially with like being able to manage with A levels in year 13, it is a stressful year, and there are like definitely pressure points at different parts of the year. But I think the great thing about being part of the SLT is that you're not alone. There is a team of people there to support you. So if there is a really busy week, like we all understand that, and so we can sort of help to ease that stress. So I think yes, definitely it is a big commitment, and you definitely should think thoroughly through before you apply. It definitely isn't something that will swallow you and will get you completely deep down under.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's a really great way of expressing it. And yeah, challenging times ahead, but some really exciting opportunities too. Well, huge congratulations to all three of you, and also to the rest of our student leadership team as well. Really excited and looking forward to working with you all over the coming year.
We're all really excited too.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're messaging over the
Yeah.
week.
We've got a WhatsApp group chat going.
We're on it.
Excellent. Thank you very much.